Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My dear students, today we are going to cover the lecture regarding the second phase of requirements engineering process, which is requirements analysis and negotiation. Today we are going to discuss, this is the first part of the lecture in which we are going to discuss only about the requirement analysis, and in the second part of requirement analysis, second part we will discuss about the requirements negotiation. So as far as today's lecture is concerned, before that we have covered the first activity of the requirements engineering process, which is related to the requirements elicitation. In this requirements elicitation we have gathered the different type of requirements. Functional requirements, we have discussed a complete chapter over the functional requirements. We have discussed the business requirements. We have discussed the non-functional requirements in very much detail. Normally non-functional requirements are discussed in addition to functional requirements in a very smaller scope, but as this subject concerned, we had to discuss non-functional, the complete chapter. And before those we have discussed the user requirements. Okay, these are the major requirements that we have to gather in the requirements solicitation. Apart from that, these are other system requirements which are related to the hardware requirement, which kind of platform that we are going to use. So let us recap a little bit of requirements elicitation activity. The requirements elicitation deals with the discovering requirements for a software product. That is true that we are going to develop a software product for which we are going to do the requirements elicitation. It is an iterative process and consists of many activities, including establishing objectives, understanding background, organizing knowledge, and collecting requirements. It is an iterative process. Iterative means that just like a loop. So we have connected interviews, we have prepared the proper document. When we have a confusion, we have a problem with the document, we go back, connect the re-interview the same person and ask the questions again, which causes confusion or conflict or incompleteness. So that's why we do that again and again in order to have the clear view of the requirements. And even with all the activities, when we are done with the elicitation and analysis and negotiation, and then preparation of the document, requirement specification, negation, there's a back loop towards the requirements elicitation. After the requirements validation, we go back to the requirement elicitation. If something doesn't validify, then we go back to the elicitation, repeat the same process, do the analysis, negotiation, do the specification, and then do the validation until all the requirements are valid. That's why it is an iterative process, consists of many activities, including establishing objectives, understanding background, organizing knowledge, and collecting requirements. It is introduced the concept of elicitation and requirement elicitation process, basics of knowledge acquisition, reading, listening, asking, and observing, knowledge acquisition techniques in which we gather the knowledge acquisition through individual persons, face-to-face interview, as a group, like joint application development, modeling, when we prepare the requirements in the form of use case scenarios, and cognitive elicitation problems which are related to the scope, understandability, and volatility. Scope defines the scope of the software product which it is going to deal with. Understandability, to understand what we are going to do, and volatility, if something is not clear or something is subjected to change. The techniques that we have discussed is that apart from interviews, then joint application development, we have discussed observation, documents, reading the documents, etc. Context, organization, environment, context related to the which organization we are going to develop the software, the environment, what kind of environment it is going to be run, project, constraints imposed by the people, by the government, by the policy, guidelines for the knowledge acquisition, discuss in detail some requirements, elicitation techniques, especially interviews. In interviews we have discussed in very much detail. So this is all about the recap of the requirements elicitation technique. Okay. So over here we have completed this requirements elicitation, in which we discussed about the user needs, domain information, existing information. These are the inputs, information, regulations, standards, etc. Today we are going to start covering the requirements analysis and negotiation activity, from which today's topic is related to the requirements analysis, and then we discuss about the negotiations. So requirements analysis is not very complicated. It is more of a self-explanatory and very simple to discuss. So this is more of a theoretical point of view and very easy to understand. So we'll discuss requirements analysis and negotiation separately in order to understand them clearly and appreciate the different skills are needed to perform them. As I already said that we are going to discuss both of them separately, but how they are interrelated, as it is stated in the second point, they are interleaved activities, and combined together, joining together, they form a major activity of the requirements engineering process, and major activity is the requirements analysis and negotiation. The aim of the requirements analysis is to discover the problems with the system requirements, especially incompleteness and inconsistencies. So the major goal of the requirement analysis is to find out the problems that we have encountered after the gathering the requirements, after the completion of discussing with the people of the organization, and especially considering the two parameters related to the incompleteness and inconsistency. Incompleteness means that something which is missing. There is a missing link between the requirement. Like we have 1 to 10, we have a process which comprises of 1 to 10 steps, but somehow there is something missing in between those steps. And when there is something missing, it is not available. Then when the developer at the stage of the development or at the stage of coding, if something comes in front of the developer which is not clear, then developer try to assume things or try to assume things and develop something of its own, which may not be compatible for the organization needs and functional for the organization needs. So it is better to, before going to the production or development, we must have some complete requirements in order to prevent something that is missing. The second point is inconsistency. So inconsistency means something which is not clear. There is some kind of ambiguity, means there are something that we see that okay, this process is done like this, there is this input information like this, but from when we go to the different bench while having the same process, another user, another guy said that no, this is not the input, we have to get such kind of input. There is some conflicting or inconsistency. There's somebody is saying something like this, somebody is saying something like this. So this creates the conflicts. So we must be clear in terms of the requirements. This should not be inconsistent. It should be uniform and clear throughout the organization. Okay. Two major things: incompleteness and inconsistency. Some analysis is interleaved with the requirements elicitation, as problems are sometimes obvious as soon as the requirement is expressed. Some analysis is interleaved with the requirements elicitation, as problems are sometimes obvious as soon as the requirements is expressed. कुछ एनालिसिस है जो कि एक दूसरे के साथ लिंक्ड होती हैं. तो थ्रू द रिक्वायरमेंट्स elicitation, प्रॉब्लम्स आर वेरी मच विजिबल व्हेन द रिक्वायरमेंट्स आर एक्सप्रेस्ड. तो उसको पर आराम से जो है हम रिमूव कर सकते हैं. As I said in requirements elicitation process, that while in the documentation the follow-up of the rule or regulation is something different, but in an actual environment the rule is following in a different way. So means that there's problems are already sometimes obvious. Detailed analysis usually takes place after the initial draft of the requirements document is produced. Normally जो analysis and negotiation है that is done, but when the document is produced, which is the third activity, is the requirements specification. So eventually the document specification document, after that analysis and negotiation is performed. But initially when we are preparing the document, the analysis and analysis and negotiation phase, there are some obvious problems that are encountered that are eliminated. Analysis is concerned with the incomplete set of requirements which has not been discussed by stakeholders. So analysis is more of a concern with the incomplete set of requirements जो कि सही तरीके से डिस्कस नहीं हो चुकी हैं stakeholders के साथ. Iterative aspects of elicitation, analysis, negotiation. This is the iterative elicitation aspects जो कि डिस्कस किया था शुरू में हमने स्लाइड पे कि ड्राफ्ट ऑफ स्टेटमेंट ऑफ रिक्वायरमेंट्स, then we perform the requirement analysis, then we have finding out the requirements problems, then we have the requirements negotiation, then we perform the requirements documents, and then again we revert back in the iteration format the requirements elicitation, draft statement requirements, and then the process go on until and until we have a clear and consistent requirements. Comments on requirements analysis. Analysis read the requirements, highlight the problems, and discuss them in requirements review meetings. So this is the major goal. Read the requirements, highlight the problems which are causing conflict or incompleteness, discuss them in requirements review meetings with the stakeholders. And this is a time consuming and expensive activity, as we will do the same process, draft analysis, the problems, negotiation, documents, elicitation again and again. So there's a iterative process, expensive because it causes wastage of a time and gathering of paying the people who are doing that stuff. That's why in traditional development methodologies it was properly done, but now in the agile development process it is part of the development process as well. So like this is ongoing activity, the requirements are being gathered as an ongoing activity. So this should not fetch too much of a time and should not cost too much of a money. Analysts have to think about implications of the draft statements of requirements. People do not think in the same way, and different analysts tackle the process in a different ways. So analysis as a word से analyze करना है, तो analyze वो कर सकता है जिसको experience हो, जिसको पता हो चीज़ों का, that comes from the working with the projects. It is again the creative process. So maybe the different people think and find out conflicts and incompleteness in different way. Like कुछ लोग कहेंगे कि भाई ये जो ये रिक्वायरमेंट्स कंप्लीट है, इसमें जो है कोई इस तरह की चीज़ जो है मुझे पता है इस तरह से होती है, इसको इस तरह से डील कर लेंगे, हो जाएगा यार, कोई मसला नहीं. या इनकन्सिस्टेंसी को इस तरह डील करेंगे, यार ये इस तरह ये सही कह रहा है क्योंकि ये जो है वो रूल इस तरह से कह रहा था, वी हैव टू फॉलो दैट रूल. प्रैक्टिकली जो हो रहा है नए सिस्टम उसको रिमूव कर देंगे. तो एनालिस्ट टेक दोज डिसीजन in order to tackle the different kind of problems encountered in a problem in a requirements analysis phase. So depending on those people, so it is again a creative process, and depending on the person who is gathering the requirements, especially who is taking decisions and in charge of the requirement analysis phase to take the decisions. It is not possible to make this activity a structured and systematic process. It depends on the judgment and experience of the process participants. So as I said, this is not a have like a hard and fast rule that go apply step 1, step 2, step 3 up to step number 10 and gather the requirement, but it depends on the judgment and experience of process participation. And even the end of the requirements is also decided by the analyst कि भाई अब बस हो गया, अब जितनी हमने requirements they are sufficient enough to start developing. ठीक है, मगर अगर कोई और एनालिस्ट तो कहेगा नहीं हमें पर ये चीज़ थोड़ी क्लियर होनी चाहिए, फिर हम स्टार्ट करते हैं. दूसरा का नहीं, हम स्टार्ट कर देते हैं, बीच में हम ये करते रहेंगे, हम पूछते रहेंगे, या बीच में कोई कन्फ्यूजन होंगी तो विल कॉल द क्लाइंट एंड डिस्कस. तो डिपेंडिंग ऑन द जजमेंट एंड एक्सपीरियंस ऑफ द प्रोसेस पार्टिसिपेंट्स. requirement analysis stages. So there are different stages: necessity checking, consistency and completeness checking, and feasibility checking. Let us discuss those stages separately. Necessity checking: the need for the requirement is analyzed. In some cases, requirements may be proposed which do not contribute to the business goals of the organization or to the specific problem to be addressed by the system. So need for the requirements is analyzed कि कितनी नीड है हमारी. In some cases requirements may be proposed which do not contribute to the business goals. कैसी रिक्वायरमेंट्स में आ जाए कि भाई ये इस तरह से हम इस तरह ये कर लेंगे, ये ऐड कर लेंगे, अभी करंटली फीचर अवेलेबल नहीं है, बट do not comply with the complete business goals of the organization or to the specific problem that is being addressed by the system. We need to understand the necessity whether हम कहते हैं कि जब हम घर बनाते हैं तो यार ये भी कर लें, ये भी कर लें, ये भी हो जाएगा, ये भी हो जाएगा, ये भी हो जाएगा, इधर शंडील लगा देंगे, इधर स्ट्रेस कर लेंगे, स्ट्रेस के ऊपर ये फूल लगा देंगे, इसमें ये कर लेंगे, लेकिन whether they are necessary or not. So we need to check the necessity कि which are requirements are corresponds to the business goals and which are specific that are addressing to the specific problem addressed by the system. Second point is consistency and completeness checking. The requirements are cross-checked for consistency and completeness. कि वो क्रॉस चेक होती है with the stakeholders from which requirements are gathered. सॉरी गाइस, थोड़ी सी जो है वो ऐसे सुबह का टाइम है जो मैं लेक्चर रिकॉर्ड कर रहा हूँ तो थोड़ा सा थकावट है. सो कंसिस्टेंसी मीन्स दैट नो रिक्वायरमेंट शुड बी कंट्राडिक्टरी and completeness means that no services or concerns which are needed have been missed out. So as I said, the consistency we have discussed previously, that means that no requirement should be contradictory, कि कोई conflict ना हो, कोई contradict ना करे, कि वो कह रहा है कि मेरे पास ये information चाहिए इस प्रोसेस के लिए, दूसरा कह रहा है कि ये information हमारे पास नहीं होती, हम ये information provide करते हैं. This is contradict. Completeness means that no services or concerns which are needed have been missed out. Completeness means कि कोई भी चीज़ जो है वो मिस ना हो जो कि हमें ज़रूरी है फॉर द systems needs in order to achieve the business goals. So these are two major parameters that need to be checked out. Feasibility checking. Of course, whether it is feasible to develop or not. Requirements are checked to ensure that they are feasible in the context of the budget and schedule available for the system development. कि भाई ये जो हम रिक्वायरमेंट्स हमने गैदर की हैं फॉर द सिस्टम डेवलपमेंट, do they come under the context of the budget and whether do we have a schedule available for the system development, ये हमारे पास वो नहीं अवेलेबल है. And this feasibility checking is mostly checked with the organization's heads or the top managers who decides to take the decision on the behalf of the system development. So the requirement analysis process consists of necessity checking, consistency and completeness checking, and feasibility checking. Necessity checking is to check whether we have unnecessary requirements or not. Consistency and completeness check means that we have a conflicting and incomplete requirements, and feasibility checking that do we have an infeasible requirement, whether they come under the budget to complete those requirements or not. So what are the different analysis techniques? We have analysis checklists and we have the interaction matrix. So analysis checklist, a checklist is the list of questions which analysts may use to assess each requirement. For each requirement that is gathered, the analyst may ask some sort of question that should be general question rather than restrictive in order to assess the feasibility, the consistency of the requirement, ठीक है, whether this requirement is necessary or not. And interaction matrix. So interaction matrices are used to discover interaction between requirements and to highlight conflicts and overlap. So interaction matrices are used to discover कौन सी requirements हैं जो कि एक दूसरे के साथ conflict कर रही हैं ताकि उनकी conflict को जो है वो दूर किया जाए, या वो overlap कर रही हैं similar किस्म की requirements ताकि हम उनमें से कोई एक जो है वो so that we should remove that requirement. So In today's lecture, we will discuss more about the analyst checklist, and in the next level, we will discuss about the interaction matrix. So, analyst checklist, each requirement may be assessed against the checklist. हर requirement जो है वो checklist में will contain the list of questions. ठीक है, उसको कहते हैं चेकलिस्ट। भाई ये टिक हो गया, ये भी ठीक है, ये भी ठीक है, ये भी ठीक है, ठीक है। जिस तरह लिस्ट ऑफ डॉक्यूमेंट्स होती हैं, किसी न किसी सर्टिफिकेट को हम अप्लाई करते हैं, नादरा के लिए, एनआईसी के लिए या सीआरसी के लिए, बई फार्म के लिए, कहेंगे ये डॉक्यूमेंट्स आप लेकर आओ, वो चेकलिस्ट प्रोवाइड कर दो। सिमिलर ये चेकलिस्ट होगी जो कि हर रिक्वायरमेंट को अगेंस्ट जो है विल असेस दैट। व्हेन पोटेंशियल प्रॉब्लम्स आर डिस्कवर्ड, दीज शुड बी नोटेड केयरफुली। दे कैन बी इम्प्लीमेंटेड एज अ सेपरेट शीट where the rows are labeled and with the requirements identifiers and columns are the checklist item. जब पोटेंशियल प्रॉब्लम जो डिस्कवर हो, दे शुड बी नोटेड केयरफुली। दे कैन बी इम्प्लीमेंटेड एज अ स्प्रेडशीट in form of columns, tables, where the rows are labeled with the requirements identified, which are the requirements, and columns are identified with the checklist item. कौन कौन सी checklist के लिए items के लिए we need to review those requirements. They are useful as they provide a reminder of what to look for and reduce the chances that you will forget some requirements checks. कि ये जो है checklist useful है because they give us a reminder for the look for reduce the chance that you will forget some requirements checks. They must evolve with the experience of the requirements analysis process. कि वो checklist है वो analysis process के स्टेप बाय स्टेप के वो इवॉल्व होंगी, वो रिड्यूस होंगी, एंड डिपेंडिंग ऑन द एक्सपीरियंस ऑफ द एनालिस्ट एज वेल। द क्वेश्चन शुड बी जनरल रादर देन रिस्ट्रिक्टिव, विच कैन बी इररिलेवेंट फॉर मोस्ट सिस्टम्स। द क्वेश्चन दैट वी आर आइटम दैट वी आर गोइंग टू पुट इन आइटम लिस्ट, दे शुड बी जनरल रादर देन द रिस्ट्रिक्टिव, बिकॉज द रिस्ट्रिक्टिव क्वेश्चन मे बी इररिलेवेंट फॉर मोस्ट ऑफ द सिस्टम्स। Checklist should not include more than 10 items because people forget items on long checklist reading through a document. तो checklist जो है वो recommendation है by the people by the analyst, that they should not include more than 10 items because they will be ambiguity or a crowd, so that we lose our focus while checking about the checklist items. The example of analyst checklist, one of the example of analyst checklist is given in this lecture. The premature design, the combined requirements, the unnecessary requirements, and use of non-standard hardware. What is the premature design? Does the requirement include the premature design or implementation information? कि कोई ऐसी चीज़ है जो कि हमने इसके अंदर डाल दी है जो कि नेसेसरी नहीं है, या it was not properly documented, that is the premature or incomplete information. Combined requirement, does the description of a requirement describe a single requirement, or could it be broken down into several different requirements? Means whether the requirement that we describe, whether this is a single requirement or it is a major requirement and can be decomposed into the several different functional requirements. If there is such kind of combined requirement, that it should be broken down into the several different small requirements in order to have the clear view. The third parameter, general parameter, will be third checklist parameter will be unnecessary requirement. Is the requirement gold plating? गोल्ड प्लेटिंग का मतलब ये है कि क्या ऊपर से जो है उसको पॉलिश करने के लिए, अच्छे दिखाने के लिए उसको लगाया गई हो. दिस इज द रिक्वायरमेंट, अ कॉस्मेटिक एडिशन टू द सिस्टम विच इज़ नॉट रियली नेसेसरी. कॉस्मेटिक एडिशन, कॉस्मेटिक्स का हमें पता है जो हम मेकअप करते हैं ऊपर या गाड़ी के ऊपर जैसे होती है तो हम पॉलिश वॉलिश करते हैं, तो उसको चीज़ जो मेजर फंक्शनल जो चीज़ है वो नहीं होती, लेकिन ऊपर उसको खूबसूरत बनाने के लिए कहेंगे भाई यार ये भी हो जाए तो क्या ही बात है. तो इट शुड बी लाइक रिक्वायरमेंट्स जो है वो इलस्ट्रेट करवाने के लिए कोई हमने रिपोर्ट बनाई, तो रिपोर्ट जो हमें एक टेक्सचुअल फॉर्मेट में है, स्मॉल लेवल पे हमें जो दिख रही है वो सही दिख रही है, लेकिन हम उसको ग्राफिकल तरीके से, विजुअल तरीके से हम बनाना चाहें ताकि और ज़्यादा खूबसूरत लगे, डज नॉट necessarily fulfill the goal of the business goal but just give the cosmic addition। तो क्या ऐसी कोई रिक्वायरमेंट है कि हमारे पास जो कि हमने इसके अंदर डाली हुई हो? यूज़ ऑफ नॉन स्टैंडर्ड हार्डवेयर, डज द रिक्वायरमेंट मीन दैट नॉन स्टैंडर्ड हार्डवेयर और अ सॉफ्टवेयर मस्ट बी यूज टू मेक दिस डिसीजन, यू नीड टू नो द कंप्यूटर प्लेटफॉर्म रिक्वायरमेंट्स। ऐसी कोई चीज़ तो नहीं कि हमें कोई नॉन स्टैंडर्ड हार्डवेयर या सॉफ्टवेयर जो है इस्तेमाल करने की ज़रूरत पड़ रही हो, जो कि नॉन स्टैंडर्ड हार्डवेयर या सॉफ्टवेयर का प्रॉब्लम ये कि फॉर द सॉफ्टवेयर पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू देयर माइट बी ए पॉसिबिलिटी देयर इज नो सपोर्ट, और वो स्टेबल ना हो, बाद में जाके जो हम उसके ऊपर रिलाई करें और ड्यूरिंग द एग्जीक्यूशन फेज और रन टाइम फेज वो मसला करे। सेम थिंग गोज़ फॉर द हार्डवेयर, कैसा हार्डवेयर जो कि शायद लोकली मैन्युफैक्चर्ड हो और उसकी जो एप्लीकेशन है दैट इज़ नॉट क्लियर, सो इफ़ यू रिलाई ऑन दैट हार्डवेयर इट डजंट प्रोवाइड नीड विद फुलफिल द नीड ऑफ द सिस्टम, तो इसलिए हमारे मसला हो सकता है। Conformance with the business goals, requirements ambiguity, requirements realism and requirements testability। Conformance with the business goal, क्या वो compatible है? Is the requirement consistent with the business goal defined in introduction to the requirement document? कि जो requirement जो है business goal के साथ है वो conform करता है, उसके साथ match करता है, उसके साथ consistent है। ऐसा ना हो कि वो उसके लिए कोई ऐड ना करता हो, कोई business goal को achieve करने के लिए does not include anything, बल्कि rather than कि this is something extra which is not necessary। ठीक है। requirements ambiguity, is the requirement ambiguous? Could it be read in different ways by different people? What are the possible interpretations of the requirement? ये बड़ा मसला होता है। is the requirement ambiguous, कि कोई चीज़ clear ना हो, whether we have a requirement, could it be read in different ways by different people? क्या जो है इसको डिफरेंट तरीक़ों से जो है उसको पढ़ा जा सकता है। वाट आर द पॉसिबल इंटरप्रिटेशंस ऑफ द रिक्वायरमेंट, कि भाई मुख्तलिफ इसके कहने के मकसद और क्या क्या हो सकता है। तो जिस तरह का हमारा आइन है, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन है, हमें पता है कि उसमें काफ़ी सारी इंग्लिश ऐसी इस्तेमाल की हुई कि वो हर कोई अपनी इंटरप्रिटेशन के हिसाब से इसको पढ़ता है। यहाँ आई हैव गिवन यू द एग्जांपल, इफ़ यू माइट रिमेंबर, रुक मत जा। तो अगर रुक मत जा, देयर आर 3 वर्ड्स, अगर हम कॉमा जो है रुक के बाद लगाते हो, कहेंगे रुक मत जा, मीन्स वी आर स्टॉपिंग द पर्सन कि भाई यू डोंट गो, कि रुक जाओ मत जाओ। बट इफ़ यू प्लेस अ कॉमा आफ्टर रुक मत एंड वी प्लेस जा आफ्टर दैट, उसका मतलब ये है कि हम उसको रोक नहीं रहे बल्कि उसको भेज रहे हैं, यार तुम रुकना नहीं है, यू मस्ट गो। तो अगर इफ़ यू डोंट नॉट प्लेस अ कॉमा ओवर इट, तो रुक मत जा विल बी एन एम्बिग्यूअस, तो हर कोई अपने हिसाब से जो है उसको पढ़ेगा। तो अगर रुक मत जा हम लिख के मैसेज कर दें तो हर कोई इस हिसाब से पढ़ेगा, वो कहेगा यार इसने कहा कि रुक मत जा। अगर कोई दूसरा पढ़ेगा नहीं यार इसने कहा रुक मत जा, तो वो चला जाएगा, रुक जाएगा। सो दिस इज द एम्बिग्यूअस रिक्वायरमेंट। रिक्वायरमेंट्स रियलिज्म, इज द रिक्वायरमेंट रियलिस्टिक गिवन द टेक्नोलॉजी विच विल बी यूज्ड टू इम्प्लीमेंट द सिस्टम, कि क्या जो हम रिक्वायरमेंट हम सोच रहे हैं कि सिस्टम के होनी चाहिए, क्या वो रियलिज्म है, क्या वो रियली फीजिबल है, एप्लीकेबल है विद द करंट स्टेज ऑफ द टेक्नोलॉजी। सेम थिंग गोज ऑन विद द एवाटार। Avatar, the movie that was made by the James Cameron, he thought of the concept of Avatar in 1990s, but unfortunately that requirement in order to develop that 3D kind of Avatar movie was not realistic given the technology at that period of a time. So that period of time, the people with whom he was working, that in the world this technology doesn't exist right now, but when to develop such kind of technology that will take some time. तो after some years 2000 में जो है वो 8 to 10 years जो है वो टेक्नोलॉजी जो है फिर मार्केट के अंदर आ गई, फिर डेवलप होगी। तो फिर जेम्स कैमरॉन ने जो है वो एवाटार मूवी को तब तक जो है उसने शेल्फ कर दिया था, रख दिया था ये मूवी को, वो नहीं बना रहा, लेकिन उसने साइड में रख दी थी। जैसे वो टेक्नोलॉजी जो है वो डेवलप हुई इस तरह की जो वो चाहता था, तो फिर उसने जो है मूवी बनाना स्टार्ट की और उसको जो है वो बना लिया। सो रिक्वायरमेंट रियलिज्म, sometimes we think something out of the box that we are trying to achieve, but currently we do not have that. For example, अगर आयरन मैन आप जो मूवी है देखते हो, आयरन मैन में जो बंदा जो है शूटअप होता है, आर्क रिएक्टर बना के उड़ना शुरू कर देता है, तो दैट टेक्नोलॉजी डजंट एग्जिस्ट एनी मोर मतलब वो अभी एग्जिस्ट नहीं करती, मगर शायद फ्यूचर में जो इस तरह का आर्क रिएक्टर बन जाए और जो है वो शूट बन जाए और उड़ना शुरू कर दें हम, वी नेवर नो। तो रिक्वायरमेंट्स टेस्टेबिलिटी, लेकिन दैट इज़ इन द प्रोसेस। तो आयरन मैन की मूवी ने जो काफ़ी सिनेरियो चेंज कर दिया, बहुत सारे कंट्रीज़ जो हैं इस तरह की टेक्नोलॉजी में काम करना उन्होंने स्टार्ट कर दिया, स्पेशली इन टर्म्स ऑफ द पावर सूट्स, जो कि आप अगर हैवी ऑब्जेक्ट्स जो है मूव करना चाह रहे हैं, थोड़ा सा तेज़ भागना चाह रहे हैं, तो इस हवाले से सूट्स जो है वो काफ़ी कंट्रीज़ ने वो डिज़ाइन कर दिए हैं, वो कर रहे हैं, दैट आर गोइंग टू बी हेल्पफुल इन स्पेशली इन द कॉम्पैक्ट इन्वायरमेंट। जब आप हैवी मिसाइल्स उठाना चाह रहे हैं, हैवी लोड उठाना चाह रहे हैं, तो उसके लिए आप वो सूट कर दें, वो कर दें, या तेज़ भागना चाह रहे हैं तो उसमें वो सूट इस्तेमाल हो रहे हैं। Requirement testability, is the requirement testable? That is it stated in such a way that test engineers can drive a test which can show if the system meets the requirement? कि जो रिक्वायरमेंट है, क्या हम उसको टेस्ट कर सकते हैं अगर कि भाई क्या वो सिस्टम की जो है वो रिक्वायरमेंट्स के साथ मीट कर रही है कि नहीं आफ्टर द डेवलपमेंट, कि क्या वो हम रिक्वायरमेंट्स जो हैं because when it will go into the testing phase with the software quality assurance engineers, they have to test that whether this requirement is achieved properly, whether the system is behaving according to the requirement or not. So we need to check that testability as well. So this is the end of the lecture. We have discussed requirement analysis, which is iterative activity and checks for the incomplete and inconsistent requirement. We have studied analysis checklists and will continue our discussion of requirements analysis in the next lecture. We'll talk about requirements negotiation also in the next lecture. So over here we have discussed about the analysis checklist, and in the next lecture we'll discuss about interaction matrix, and then we move on to the second phase of the requirement analysis and negotiation activity, which is negotiation. Okay guys, so take care, and Allah Hafiz. Hopefully that all the things that we have discussed in the requirements analysis in today's lecture that are clear for you. Okay, Allah Hafiz. Take care.